Welcome to Horner Sunday Kitchen. Today, we're making salsa. We're making homemade salsa. Not pico, we're making salsa. Because some people have a texture problem, like David, David requested, because I make pico, and my pico is really good. But he's got a texture problem with the tomatoes. So he said, could you blend that up? And I was like, I don't know if that'll work. So I've been working on this recipe for about a week now. And it's really good. You've got to try this one. This is awesome. I know I say that a lot, but okay, all you need is a pan, all right? You need an onion. You need a head of cilantro or a bunch of cilantro, one bunch. You need a couple lime, kosher salt, some crushed tomatoes, all right? About 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. You need some chili powder, some garlic, and some cumin. And of course, I have my hot powder too. And you're gonna need about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of jalapenos that I have jarred. They're jarred jalapenos. That's all it is. So that's what it is, and we're gonna throw it all together, and then you need some chips to enjoy it with, and there is no better munchy food than homemade salsa in the fridge. You can eat it at any given time on your favorite chips. Of course, you guys know me, I Tostitos scoops, so I can scoop it up. It's like a shovel. You can just shovel it up and and eat it. So, all right, you don't want to miss this one. This one's gonna be a good one. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. First thing we're gonna do is I peeled the onion. Now I'm gonna just slice it, just like that, into 6 parts, and then the other half into 6. And I'm gonna put it in the Ninja here. All right. And I don't have a plug-in on this side of the island, so I had to run an extension cord. Yeah, all right, it's awesome. So, and a bunch of cilantro. Now, you gotta remove the big stems. You got to remove them. This is why I buy pre-cut cilantro, is because I'm impatient, totally impatient, and because you don't want to bite into that. You don't want to bite into that. And I prepped this. I thought I prepped it pretty good in advance, but you can never get all the stems out. And cilantro, you guys have heard me say it before, is like the glitter of the cooking world. Once you get it in your kitchen, you're going to be getting rid of it for weeks, right? It's like going to the beach, with the sand. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, so I'm going to put a bunch of this in there with the onions. Okay, and be careful because these blades are very sharp in the Ninja. And then I'm going to shut that, and then just get down there. Doesn't matter how much you just don't liquefy it, the onions, because you want a little bit of onion in there. And then put it right in this pan, okay? Right in the pan. And the next one is going to take the rest of this cilantro, the rest of this onion, and the jalapenos, okay? So I'm just going to shove those in there with the rest. There's some more stems, see? That's why I pre-cut. Pre-cut's the way to go. HEB has pre-cut cilantro, and it is fabulous. It really is. I don't use that word very often. There's probably a reason. Word's kind of weird. I don't know. Fabulous. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, here we go. Here we go again. I love my Ninja little food processor. I've never found a better food processor at all. Because onions, all you have to do is tap it like 3 times, and it dices the onions up good. And tap it 6 times, it minces them up real good. And there we go. There's the ingredients right there, except for the tomatoes and the spices. So you have to cut these. Now always roll your limes first. Roll them, press on them, because that'll loosen it up a little bit, the juices. Of course, I do I sound really lazy, but I do like the real lime in the jar because it's so much easier than doing this to several different limes. Okay, I already rolled this one. Good. Stab it, and then there we go. Okay, so a couple lime juices there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute this, not the tomatoes. We're not gonna saute the tomato part of it. We're gonna saute this on the stove. Just a little bit, not much, probably about like 3-4 minutes of sauteing in there. And then we'll be back to add everything else. All right, we have it sauteing right now, as you can see. So this is where I'm gonna add some of the ingredients here. I'm gonna get a couple of measuring spoons out, because this is, I got the teaspoon and the tablespoon measure. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a tablespoon, a full tablespoon of cumin in there, because I like cumin. I really do. That is my go-to spice, especially when my wife's gone, because she doesn't like it. She does not like cumin. All right, so chili powder. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of chili powder in there. Okay, because I'm gonna have my grandkids eating this, and I don't want it to be too hot. I don't want it. It's already got jalapeno in it, so I don't want it to be too hot. All right, now I'm gonna add a tablespoon of kosher salt, because the tomatoes really do soak up a lot of the salt. If you've cooked with tomatoes, you know that it does that, and it's crazy. So, all right, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic. A teaspoon of garlic in there, garlic powder. Okay. And then that's it. Let's stir that around. I don't add pepper in it because it's got jalapeno peppers in it. And if I do add any pepper to it, I got my own special blend here. I'll let you look at that. That is just brutal looking, isn't it? That is, oh, that'll pepper spray you just opening it. It's got that Carolina Reaper in it and everything. So my plants are coming along really well. So. All right, that's it. That's it right there. And I'm gonna bring you over for the assembly of the tomatoes, and that's it, then the tasting. Then we're done. All right, here we go. Like I told you in the past, if you do not have one of these hand crank can openers, you really don't want to know what you're missing. Amazon, $13. Hand crank can opener. You don't need the folding arm on it either. Don't worry about that. All right, so this is a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. So I'm gonna add that right to that, and yes, nailed it. I caught it. That was pretty awesome. That was on video. Yeah. All right. So then, oh my goodness, that looks wonderful. And you don't want stems in there from the cilantro, because then you start seeing stems, and nobody wants to eat that, right? So mix that up real good so it doesn't taste tomatoey, because you don't want that tomato, and don't slosh it all over the place like me. All right, so grab a towel here, so I don't get that tomato all over me. I already got grease all over this shirt. My wife got that. So, I mean, not that this was my going to church, shirt anyways, but, she likes this shirt. All right, so now the tasting. That is it right there. That's it. And you mix it together, and then, let's try it out. I've never had hot salsa until I came to Texas. And some of the Mexican restaurants you go to, they heat up the salsa and they bring it out to you. It's different. Nailed it. Nailed it, right there. Not too hot at all. There's no heat to it at all. And I would say that anyway, because I have really high tolerance for the heat anyway. But seriously, that doesn't have any heat. But it's got the jalapeno taste, the jalapeno taste. You can't really taste the tomatoes. Taste the garlic, you can taste the cumin, the cilantro. That's really good. I'm gonna refrigerate that and eat on that for days. All right. So my daughter woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning the other morning, and she heard crunching, and her my son-in-law, Shane, she said Shane was eating that salsa on the end of the bed. He got the munchies at 3 in the morning and decided to go eat. So it is very good. So, and the grandkids will eat that. There's no heat. There's no heat. At least for me, they might feel a little twinge, but just not much. Not much at all. Just a half a cup, and you can add more or you can add less. The jalapeno taste, I just like the jalapeno taste. You can add more, you can add less, whatever. But that is a perfect salsa. You can add your own stuff. Like I said before, this is just the canvas. You do your own. You know, you can add your own. If you like cumin a lot more, add some more cumin. If you like it garlicky, add some more garlic. If you like more onion, add more onion. But this, if you follow that recipe perfect, this is a great salsa for everybody to have. So, all right, that's it for Horner Syndication. If you have not hit the like button, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't hit the notification bell, hit that notification bell so you're notified when my son posts a video every Sunday. So, all right, until next time, all right, stay safe out there, and I miss you already.